Good morning. Welcome back to Crochet with Lulu. How's everybody doing? What is on your hook or what is on your easel if you paint? What is on your sewing machine table? As I've mentioned, I have a friend that sews and she sent me some pictures yesterday and they were gorgeous. Some of the projects she's been sewing and putting together and they are gorgeous. I love her work. She's so talented. She's like her mother. She can paint, she can sew, she can craft. She's so talented. I don't even know that she realizes how beautiful and talented she is. She's just amazing. We've been friends as long as we've known each other. And it's so amazing when you have friends like that. We went to school together, we graduated together, and it just means so much that we keep in touch. We have another friend that we pull in on our shenanigans sometimes, and we act like three little teenagers, probably younger than teenagers. We sit and giggle and laugh, and we just have fun. I'll whisper in the car, and it's just us three, or maybe it's just my other friend and I in the car, and I'm like, why am I whispering? There's nobody here. Why am I whispering? You know how you do, well, they said this, or they done that, and then, why am I whispering? Why am I, we do those goofy things. I do those goofy things. They're normal. I'm the silly one. But we have so much fun. But I have just finished Mr. Gnomey Hat. I finished him this morning. And Marge is so kind too. Isn't she gorgeous? I have a distant cousin that came over on Friday and brought me Marge, and I haven't named him. He's sporting Mr. Candy Corn Hat. I just love him. I love him. Marge is gorgeous. Marge reminds me of my cousin because my cousin is gorgeous. She's just gorgeous. She doesn't realize how gorgeous she is inside and out. But she brought me Marge. I've named her Marge. I don't remember what she said she'd named her. But she is sporting Mr. Gnomey Hat. Now, Mr. Gnomey Hat and two little rude dudes has taken my notes and they're in the floor. I knocked them in the floor and then they scattered them way over there. And I've been itching because I've been handling yarn this morning. I've done 17 total rows, counting the single crochet border at the bottom. I've done half double crochets, double crochet, front post double crochets, and double crochets. And then the pom-pom. Now the pom-pom needs to be brushed out more. So whoever gets this will have to take it and just kind of, fluff it up and get a brush maybe and brush it out. The front post double crochets, normally you would do double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet, front post double crochet, or do double crochet, 2 front post double crochets, then double crochet, 2 front post. Normally I've done double crochet, 3 front post double crochets, double crochet, 3 front post double crochets. I love that little extra oomph that it gave. It's kind of a tall hat. Now it can be pulled on down over Marge's ears to keep Marge's ears warm and her forehead. And then it still has that little extra room at the top for your little pom-pom. And it hangs so pretty. I just love it. When I made it, I kept questioning myself, am I making something that's not gonna look good? But when I got to the end, after I'd done the double crochet and then the 3 front post double crochets and then the double crochet 3, and I thought, oh, that's so cute. And then I'd done 2 rows of half double crochet just to pull the stitches up just a little bit, and then I put that row of single crochet along the bottom. My yarn on the back of the couch. So when I done that, I fell in love with it. And then I happened to think that I had that bag of pom-poms, and I bought these pom-poms on Amazon. They're trying to fight on my lap this morning. They're a little stinky. But I bought this. I think there's 24. It wasn't very expensive. But now the pom-poms, remember when you get the pom-poms and you put them, there's like a real tight, let me see if I can find it and show you. It's like a tight band. I'll have to get my hook. And Bigsby has been so curious about these pom-poms. If I can raise it up there. It's an elastic band. Now what I do, I don't attach it permanently because whoever takes this might not want a pom-pom on there all the time. So I just took a piece of yarn and put it through here and thread it through the top of the hat. And I'll show you on Mr. Candy Corn. I just thread it through there. Let me just show you. You just take the crown of the hat, I stick my needle, my hook through it, and I pull this, I just attach it just like it's yarn. I pull it through, turn it wrong side out, and there you go. Now I just get a piece of yarn, I tie it in there, and I knot it down really good. Then I weave it around one of my double crochets on each side, and then I bring it back to the middle and tie a couple of knots in it. So all they have to do is snip that crochet. It's just a strip of crochet thread, just yarn. And that makes it stay as long as they want it to stay. Now these pom-poms are so mashed up where they put so many in one bag. So you just have to, I'm gonna move the camera over here just a little bit. That light is kind of glaring. You just wanna brush it out really well. And then just explain to them when they get it. Because, you know, static and all that, and it's gonna kind of get mashed. I put mine in a paper gift bag that has handles. It's a cute little gift bag. I buy them at Walmart, 10 for, I believe it's $4.99. These pom-poms were in Amazon, 24 in the bag. They weren't expensive. And so I attach a little, like a yard sale tag, clothing tag type thing. I attached that to the bag. I was attaching it to the beanie. Not permanently, I didn't even tie it. I would just loop it in and attach it in there. That says thank you, Crochet by Lulu. And then it would have, on the back side of it, it would have, please wash and dry me, cool settings. Now all of your yarns, most of your yarns will have a washing and drying instruction. This colorway right here is Red Heart Super Saver, and it's in the colorway Mistletoe. I didn't tell you that, and I'm sorry. There is, I turn it over where I can see it, 236 yards. It's 100% acrylic. It says machine washable and dryable. So you can wash and dry, machine wash and dry. And then it says to see the inside tag. So what I do is I always tell them wash and dry cool settings, because that way you don't have to worry about it shrinking. You don't worry about fading or any, you know, I just like to be safe, because we all know that yarn, not all yarns are created equal. Now, Mr. Candy Corn Hat was all double crochets all the way down. And then I done the single crochet border at the bottom. Very, very easy to make. And I think he's very cute. He looks just like a candy corn. The Christmas hat, I'm hoping I can get another one out of this. I'm hoping. I didn't measure the yardage or anything to see, but I'm pretty sure I have enough left to do another one. So I'm hoping I'll get a taker on him today. I'm gonna post him on Facebook in a little bit. But yeah, I had fun. I was struggling when I first started making him. Like I said, last night I pulled it over and I finished it, and I thought, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. And I thought, you know, I can always go back and ravel it. And trust me, I will do that. I will do that. If I think it's not all there, it's not all that, I will ravel. I have no problems with raveling. It's sad to ravel, especially when you put that much work and labor into something, but I will do it because I want it to look good. It's a little tight around through here, and that's what you want, because you don't want it flopping up here or flopping down over your eyes. So the front post double crochets kind of gave it that cabling effect, the ridging effect. So it makes it just a little tighter, but it gives it a little definition. So when you're making these hats, the first thing you're going to want to do, if you're making it just a standard, I make mine standard women's size. Now I'm restarting one for my son, and it's in the colorway Argentine, and it's called I Love This Yarn Hobby Lobby. I love Hobby Lobby. I love Hobby Lobby. I mean, I absolutely love it. I don't get to go as much as I would love to. And I was so sad yesterday when I called our local one and found out that they'd already had their clearance of their, they call it, I think it's the end of dye lot yarn clearance. And I wanted to go so bad because I'd been seeing posts on YouTube that people were getting them for like 99 cents or $1.24 a skein, or the cakes were like $2. And I'm thinking, oh man, I would be so excited. My son bought me a stash a couple of weeks ago, and I love it. I love it. I'm just finished mine Sunday in the key lime. And they're camera hogs. They're camera hogs. What I need to start doing is making them little beanies and letting them be the models and let Marge rest. But yeah, I'm loving making them. Now I make mine in standard lady size. So I always ask, I've started asking, are these for male or female? Because the head circumference will be different. So if you're making these in a men's size, you're going to want to know. And you're going to want to measure. You know, you're going to want to measure here and how far down they want their because most men don't want to pull them way down. You know, they want to wear them a certain way. So ask them where they want their beanie to hang. Then measure the circumference of their head and get that measurement down right. And then measure how far down they want their beanie to come. And that way, when you're going to the last row of increase, then you'll know if you need to carry on at least one more row of increase. Now, what I done with my sons, I raveled it all the way back last night, all the way back to the very, very beginning. I mean, very beginning. I started my whole thing all over with it last night, because when I made it and I knew I was going wrong, I added too many increases in the beginning. So when I realized that the hat, and when he tried it on a couple of times, it was too loose and floppy down here, or not down here, you know, on down. It was too loose and floppy, and it wasn't going to hang right. So then when I done the decreasing rows, it looked like a mushroom or a chef's hat. And if that's the effect he wanted, that would have been the hat. But it wasn't. And when I had him to try it on the last time last night, I said, I'm going to ravel it back all the way to the beginning because he's already got 2 that I've made him. So they'll be good. One of them will be a good warm hat. This one will be warm. So I want to get it made. So I'll try to start back in on it today. And then I have some in the colorway. It's Mandala Ombre, the Cool Froid cake. And I think I have enough yardage on that one to make 3 beanies. And then I have the Mandala Ombre Harmony colorway. It looks like blue jeans, like the old Stonewash blue jeans. So it will be pretty. And I'm thinking I can get 3 each on those 2 cakes. And then, like I said, I want to finish his. And then I want to show these on Facebook today. So yeah, I've been working. There's a new hat that I'm wanting to see if I can do. When I say see if I can do it, I know I can do it. I'm not being arrogant, but I mean, it's basic crochet stitches, but then you add a different section. It's a hat. So in the brim area, you would make it to where it would be a little stiffer. And so there's where I don't know. I know that I can be able to do it. I just don't know if it's going to look right. And I want it to look right. I don't want to make something and it, one side be loblollied and the other side be hairy scary. Okay. Now, nannies don't want you to fight in her lap. They like to play. They play, and then they both just crash. One's on one end of the couch, one goes to the other end, and they just flop over. I mean, they play till they can't. And then they'll sleep probably 2 hours, and then they're wide awake again. So they're getting a little antsy because they've had a little bit of a nap. They've had their morning breakfast, and they're ready to go back out and play. So I've got to get them out here in a few minutes. But I just wanted to show you Mr. Gnomey Hat. And I just love that cabling ridging effect. And I just done 2 rows of that. You have your double crochets all the way down, and then I done 2 rows of the double crochet, front post double crochet, front post double crochet, front post double crochet, then double crochet. So you got 3 front post double crochets between your double crochets, and then half double crochets, and then single crochet. Sorry, Marge, I've got your sunglasses all in a, but I think she's so cute. Like I said, my distant cousin brought me this over Friday. She brought me this one and the one I showed you that had Mr. Candy Corn on it. And I just loved her visit. Excuse me, my allergies and then fuzz and frizz. I loved her visit. And when she brought me this, I just flipped. I thought that is the cutest thing. And I couldn't think of a name, and I think Marge suits her. She's a good model. She's a good model. But enjoy making your Christmas hats. Do something fun with them. That is the Red Heart Super Saver. It's the colorway Mistletoe. And there's 236 yards. It's 100% acrylic. It's thick. It's a little thick. It's soft, but it's a little thick. So that hat's going to be warm. And especially doing the double crochets. Your granny clusters, I'm going to wait to do. I mean, I'll probably do some granny cluster hats for the winter, but they'll be closer together. They won't have that space between. Normally you do like 2 or 3, and then you do a chain 1, and then you do your typical granny clusters. When I do them, I'll do the 3, and then I won't do the chain in between them. That way you won't have such a you won't have a space or a gap between them. So, yeah, her little eye, we're going to have to take her to the vet and have that seen about. It's just, we thought, the vet here thought that maybe it would go in. It's her little tear duct. And I laugh and tell my son, I think she's got basset hound in her, because that little eyelid will kind of droop down. And so we have to keep her little eye, we have to keep eye drops in it. And she had medicated eye drops for, I think, a week. And then her little eyes just still, the little tear ducts showing. So, you know, that becomes dry. It doesn't produce the tears like it needs to, because it's not down in the eye where it's supposed to be. So we're hoping to get her to the vet hopefully by next week and set up the surgery time to do that. I hate it, because I don't know how my son and I are going to react. If I'm hoping we don't have to leave her overnight, but if it's safe for her to be watched over by them overnight, then, you know, if they're not going to leave her. But I don't want to leave her and thinking they're going to be there with her and then find out nobody's there with her. So it's hard, because they're so tiny and they can't tell you what's going on. You know, they can just whine and whimper and then that's it. And although he tries to talk, I keep telling my son, I said, I know he's going to say some words one of these days. Because, I mean, he will all but talk some days. He's trying to tell us something. Okay. We just settled this. And Nanny just put you down in the floor. Whew. They're so funny. They are funny. Two little funny stinkers. Some days not so funny. But yeah, I've got my iced coffee waiting on me. I'm going to go to the porch with them. I'm going to take my coffee, and I'm probably going to take Marge to do the Facebook video on her, and I may take him. I've got to come up with a name for him. I think I'll call him Hal, because of the Space Odyssey movie, and I'd named my car Hal. One of my cars was named Hal. So I think I'll call him Hal, because he kind of looks like an alien, because he's green. That's my last name, Green. So I think I'll call him Hal. But he's sporting Mr. Candy Corn, and he just does such a good job too. He doesn't say a word. Thank God. Thank God he doesn't talk. But yeah, I'm going to take these and go to the porch, do a Facebook video, post these, and I will see you back hopefully tomorrow, and I will try to have a tutorial and another finished hat to show. I can't promise about the finished hat, but hopefully a tutorial, or at least a talk. You know, usually Thursdays is when people show what they've made. I've shown mine on Wednesday. You know, it's a whip day. And FOs, finished objects and works in progress. So I have shown you my my finished objects. There we go. So everybody have a good day. Please like and subscribe and share my channel. I'm really trying to get a lot of subscribers and a lot of watch hours. And please tune back in. Hit the notification button so you'll be notified when I post another rambling video or weather related video. We need rain. Pray for rain. Pray for rain in Middle Tennessee. We need rain. And thank you for tuning in today, and I will see you back tomorrow. Bye.